You guys ready?
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed.
What you mean, we, white boy? You ready?
Here we go.
What up, y'all? Welcome into the OG NBA betting show. We got all my guys here back again for another one. And man, yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, it was, as my guy would say, it was a beautiful thing. I had a nice sweep in college and NBA, so I loved it. Dutch, no, you had a good day too. How you feeling?
The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. Hey, it's good to be back with you fellas on a motherfucking West Coast Wednesday, wearing motherfucking WAM, Skee, the Prophet, and of course Ian Babano. It's good to be with you guys, man. I really enjoy this show, and I really like what we're doing here. In this season, we talk that shit, but really we get a lot of game, and I soak up the knowledge as well. So my account's loving it. My wifey loving it because I ain't running around the house talking shit. I'm all smiley face and shit. Like she's like, man, this motherfucker in a good ass mood. So yeah, man, we're gonna keep it up, keep it going. It's been a beautiful start to 2025, and we're gonna keep it up. We got ourselves one hell of a. If we could make something out of yesterday, we're gonna do something with today. Believe that.
Yeah, Shovel Bum says exotic card today, but like Dutch said, we made something out of nothing yesterday, so we can make it work with all these options on the board today. But Bano, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great basketball season, pro and college. You mentioned a great day it was for you, Skee, both of them. I mean, the season for me overall, both of them has been great. I mean, I think it's plus 30 with NBA, plus 29 units with college. I mean, I can't complain too much. It's been an excellent season in hoops. So hoping to keep it going. Dutch, you're right. When you're winning, the vibe in the Dutch, Casa de Dutch is a lot happier. The wife's a lot happier. And as a lot of my married friends say, happy wife, happy life. And that's it's hard to be life's not as good when you got the wife nagging at you. When she's happy, life's better.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that, man. I used to I only got as far as girlfriend, and I ain't get that far. Wham Bam, what's good with you over there?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. Can't complain. Loving the show, like my guy Dutch is saying. Man, y'all definitely put me on some money yesterday for sure. Talked me off some bets as well. Shout out to Scoop. Scoop snuck it out for us last night. It was bad for Yabusele. It was just one of those weird. I think that I made it too famous, y'all. We gotta stay away from Yabusele now. I think it's just a little too weird right there. He looked like he was gonna catch it for us easy. Then he has a knee injury, misses a lot of the time that he normally would have got those rebounds. We only missed by 2, so it was all right. But it is what it is. Another day there. We still got the cash, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for that money line with Portland, though, bro. I definitely needed that, bro. Shout out to that. That was a definitely wire-to-wire win right there for them.
Slam dunk Portland spot. It was, yeah.
Slam dunk spot right there for the crew. And, yeah, man, I know the chat loving it, man. Shout out to the people, Buford, Action Jackson, Stephen, Catch You Slipping. That's a nice name right there. KC, Sab, we appreciate all y'all, man. We love y'all to death. Let's get to it today.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the chat. I see Catch You Slipping now. Hey, that's me right there. I would catch you slipping, man. But appreciate y'all in the chat reminding everybody to hit the like button. We definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the show. All right, let's get to it. A lot of games. Pistons and Pacers is first up. Opened up Pacers minus 5.5. Looks like minus 7 now. Total open 228.5. And it looks like 232 is the consensus. Nembhard game time decision. We know there's no Ivy for the Pistons. And I'm going to go to you first, Babano. And last time these teams played, which was not that long ago, a little bit of a scuffle at the end. Detroit just wasn't happy with it. Was either Indiana talking or whatever they were doing. They took exception to it. So I think they'll come to play today. I think both teams come to play today. I would agree kind of with the movement on the over. How do you see it?
Yeah, that's what I like. I like over the total. The side, I'm really neutral. These are teams that I've bet on quite a bit, I would say, the last month. So not really in a rush to fade either one in this spot. They've split the last 2 meetings. In Detroit, one in Indiana, but Indiana won in Detroit most recently. Pistons are off back-to-back losses. I'd expect them to play better. Indiana, meanwhile, they've been playing great basketball, 8-2 their last 10 overall. 2 straight overs. You look at the series history with these 2 teams. The game in Indiana flew over the total back in November. So that's the way I'm approaching it. I think we'll see some points here over the total. I think I actually lean Pistons, but I don't want to go against Indiana that much.
Wham bam. Yeah, you remember that. He said,
Yeah.
"You play Legos, you know." Who you wrote in this one?
Yeah, that was a good funny. He said you play Legos. That's funny. Isaiah Thomas going at the guy Miles Turner. I think Miles Turner might be even on the chopping block. A lot of people talking about him being traded as well. So the trade deadline is just a week away. It seems like, right? It's just he can come our way. He can come to the Lakers. I like that look right there. But no, I think this is a little interesting for Detroit though. This is the last game of a road trip too before they go on a 5-game homestand for the Detroit. I think this is a game where they play up. We've been watching this team being pretty gritty all year. If there is anything though, I'm scared of is that I do think that the what do you call him, Scooby-Doo kind of looking like he getting into form right now. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? He might be a little interesting there, but I know when we get Cade on the other side against anybody, he's pretty much go crazy. So I like Detroit here. I want to hear what you guys have to say here, but I like Detroit.
Yeah, if you like Detroit, you must like Cade. That's kind of how I feel about it. Dutchy, anything interests you in Pistons and Pacers?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Res Mob in the building. Good to see you, my man. Black Thor King. Got a Buford T. Got him on holding us down. Got BT. Let's go. Run up them likes. This is an intriguing basketball game, right? Obviously, you talked about what happened last time. The little tussle, the little shit talking. But I don't know if Detroit really should be shit talking Indiana. I mean, we know if it's a fist fight who's gonna win, but on a basketball court, you might not want to piss off this basketball team because they're clearly a better team than Detroit Pistons, in my opinion. I mean, it's been big bro, little bro type shit. They beat them 5 out of the last 6 out of the last 7, 5 straight outside of the 1 win that Detroit had early this year. And this is the 4th game this year. I think the number's high for a reason. I think a lot of people are going to appeal to Detroit here, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get smacked the fuck around. I really wouldn't. So I'm going to stay off this basketball game. Probably, you expect points, I guess. I expect a physical basketball game because they don't like each other. So I guess you can lean to Detroit with the physicalness. But when we looked at that game, we thought Indiana, I believe it's only 2 points. It's 2-point spread in Detroit. And I bet Detroit, and I regretted betting Detroit because clearly, as I watched that basketball game, they're not quite yet on the Indiana Pacers level. So I think the number's right.
All right, we'll keep going. Next up is Raptors and Wizards. And I'm not spending a lot of time on this one. I'm going to just say this. It opened 7.5 for the Raptors, down to 6. Grady Dick, Kelly Olynyk, game time, Quickly's out. Brogdon, Bagley, Sadiq Bey, Sarr, all out for the Wizards. I'm right back to Babano here because we talking about the boys in the North. They've been playing good basketball lately. They've won 4 in a row, and I think they've been by margin too. The Wizards, this is the first time I've seen them as a single-digit underdog in a while. We know they do usually lose, by double digits when they do lose. So is this a discount on the Raptors? How do you feel
I like
it?
Toronto. Now, I will say this. Toronto's not been as good on the road, not even close at home. So that's the one concern. Can they go on the road? Can we trust them laying points on the road against but they're the better team right now. There's no doubt about that. They've played much better since they got everybody healthy, and other than Quickly, but everyone else pretty much is healthy. And assuming Dick and Olynyk play, this has been a team that's played better defense. Ball movement's been great. Scotty Barnes has been great. RJ Barrett's been great lately. They're just a much better team than Washington. Are you concerned, that I thought there was going to be a flat spot for the Raptors against the Pelicans? They didn't have it. They came out ready. They took it to them. You'd think maybe a flat spot here, but you can't handicap that way all the time. I think Toronto's better. I think this is a discount on them. So, yeah, for me, it's Raptors -6 in this one.
I think I agree with that. I have a feeling I kind of missing that little jingle. Dutchy, I know you're not touching this one. I know you've been liking the ugly ones, but it's a little too ugly for you,
I
man.
was gonna say, bro, hey man, shout out to our guys in the chat. Javi, you know what it is, man. But I will say this. I didn't know I was gonna hear this today. A discount with the Raptors -6.
That's how bad Washington is.
Hey,
And they're off a
Yeah.
long ass road trip. What, 6-7 games on the
they-
road
And they
in a
won.
row for Washington?
he had me feeling like, what the fuck did he just say? And then Bobano doubled down on this shit. I'm gonna leave it alone. Back with this one.
Is bad for your health.
Man, what you think about it?
He funny, bro. But that was funny. But nah, I understand the analogy there. It's not analogy. I understand the phrase of them being a discount here because, like they said, they've been winning fucking games. They won 4 straight games. That last game coming off of a road trip against New Orleans, they were able to pretty much wire to wire that game. Looking pretty much confident there. And like he said, the boy Scotty Barnes did get Player of the Week for the East. He's been pretty much hooping lately. I think this is only a slam dunk spot here for the Raptors. But that's scary. That is kind of scary though. I guess Dutch is right. That is kind of scary though, because I'm thinking 5.5 is a discount, bro. Like shit, I'm getting 5.5. I'm like shit. I don't even got to deal with the 6. I get the 5.5. I don't want to take the first half though. I know the Wizards, as much as they've been bad full game, they actually been pretty solid in the first half. Just not as of late on the road. 3-7 ATS on the road. But when they are at home, they're 7-3 ATS. So it's a little bit of a difference there. They haven't been good lately, but a lot of that they've been at the on the road and stuff like that. So the Wizards at home is not something you want to fade in the first half. They almost equivalent to the Rockets at home recently. So I'm not fading them in the first half, but I think the full game for the Raptors, that's the way I will be going.
All right, next up, Nets and Hornets. And this is even worse, in my opinion. Open -3 for Charlotte. It looks like -2, and the total open 208 down to 205.5. No LaMelo. I mean, no LaMelo, no me. I'm out on this game. I'm gonna be the first one to play the jingle here.
Is bad for your health.
Nets suck. Hornets suck when they're injured. No way. Who wants to touch this game?
I'll just Brooklyn's beaten up to shit. Charlotte's 0-4 against the spread is a favorite, by the way. So how the hell do you trust either team? In the words of our good friend Dutch, back with this motherfucker.
Is bad for your health.
Same game. Have a good time. Back with his
You want to talk about this shit?
Yeah. There we go. I pulled one out when you least expected it. Sneak attack with the old Dutch.
Why don't get no lately? I don't got man. I don't got nothing on this one really. Hey, but someone in the chat said I like the ugly ones. I'm saying, man, at your old age, you start like, when you're younger, you're like, oh, this, you start like, man, I could get her in the gym. If I get her in the gym 2 out of 3 days a week instead of 2 out of 3 a month, if I can get her to eat only 2 slices of pizza instead of 3, you try to start making maybe the bitch look, when you get old, when you get my age, you're like, fuck that, I ain't got time for all that shit. But I'm taking that philosophy with these ugly ass motherfucking basketball teams, and I'm dissecting. I'm gonna find a way. But this one, no sir, man. We got too much other on the card to get to feast off. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with this one, bro.
Is bad for your health.
Definitely bad for your health. We'll go Nuggets and Knicks.
We go from that game to Nuggets Knicks. What a change. What a change.
I'll take that.
We talk a little shit.
Knicks opened as a favorite. Still, I mean, it moved a half point against them. Still 2.5 favorites there. Total, though, opened 243.5. Went down a point, 242.5. Who's available? Or, I'm sorry, who's not available? You have Josh Hart, game time decision there for the Knicks. He was game time decision last game. He ended up playing. We'll see if it's the same thing again here. Pretty much everybody's available. That's how I'm viewing this game. I feel like I'm going to Dutch on this one, man, because I'll say this: the Nuggets, they were in a good rhythm, and then they lost a few. I tend to think when the Nuggets, when they lose a couple games, you got their attention, the next team, and you're gonna get a really good effort. Knicks, did cash for us in a really good spot for them last game, but can they do it versus the Nuggets? This ain't no levels, Dutch. What we do with this game?
Yeah, man. You really just look at the card and just hope for a levels play. But nah, this ain't a levels play. This ain't a levels play. But we on the Knicks, man. We're gonna ride the motherfucking train. We're gonna ride that shit, man. Aaron Gordon coming back. This is 4th game back. Look for him to start finding his way. He's coming off the bench. But this started, I mean, outside of Michael Porter Jr., who were you really? I mean, I know Joker is scary in anything he does, but from the perimeter, I don't really see it. Defensively, I don't really see it. I feel like Mikal should have his way. I feel like OG is going to play a good game tonight. And defensively, they absolutely got the edge. I think Towns plays up to Joker. And really what it is the Knicks are out to prove that they can play with that they're a team in the class of the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets ain't got shit to prove, right? So you got a team at home playing some really good basketball. They scored 140 points plus the last 2 basketball games. They're clicking on all cylinders right now. And the Nuggets are coming in a little into the All-Star break. They had their moment, right? They peaked. Russ is doing his thing. But I think they're ready for the break, bro. They know they know what they are. And I think New York is eager to prove to their fans, to themselves, and to everyone else that they're on the Denver Nuggets level. So this might just be another basketball game to the Denver Nuggets. I don't believe it is to the New York Knicks and their fans. They show up. They show out tonight. They beat them 3 out of the last 4, and they smacked these motherfuckers around. You guys could say it the other way, but in Denver, November 25th this year, 145, all right, to 118. So they scored 2 straight plus 140. They went to Denver and dropped a 145 piece on them. I have a feeling they get whatever they want today at the crib. And Knicks, man. It's going the other way. Line's going the other way. I don't give a fuck. They smacking around the Nuggets, man. Excuse my language, Little Wayne.
I like that.
Wham, Chill Will said he has a feeling you got some good prop looks in this game. What you got for him?
Shout out to Chill Will, man. Appreciate you, Chill Will. You like New York, Chill Will. You gonna like Cat. You're gonna like everything that the boy Dutch was saying right here, because the boy Cat against Jokic, not that much of a sweet cakewalk for Jokic. It's pretty much is lockdown central damn near over the games. But Cat, on the other hand, like you said, last game he had 30 and 15 against this team, man. I think he goes right back to the well, gets those 12 and a half rebounds over on the rebounds there for Cat. And I like his points today, bro. I think that Cat is going to show out in this matchup. And I think it's just it's a lot to ask for Jokic, man. We got to add into this team being an overachieving team. The Nuggets have been overachieving, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, much as people say Jokic is the best player in the world, for sure he is. This is a primetime game. This is on ESPN. For sure it's going to be a Jokic spot. Don't get me wrong there. But like I said, history shows that him going up against Cat is not morally favorable to his normal numbers. And on top of, this is just pretty much a tough team to be here. So I like the Knicks here all the way. I like Cat over points and over rebounds, 12 and a half.
But Bano, clean up. What you thinking?
I definitely like the over here. Both teams the last 5-6 games, they've been better offensively than defensively, especially Denver. Their defense the last couple losses hasn't been good. Flew over the total in the previous meeting. So over for me. No bet on the side, though. The Knicks, I think, are in a little bit better form. The only concern I have with taking the Knicks is Knicks didn't just win in Denver. They destroyed and they embarrassed Denver earlier this year in Denver. And I think the Nuggets might remember that. And that's the one thing that's holding me off here, taking the Knicks.
All right, next up, Kings and Sixers.
My bad, Skee. But the 3 out of the last 4 times they beat the Nuggets have been by 16 or more.
Yeah. That's also why I'm not taking Denver, because it's been a nightmare. It's been a haunted house of horrors at Madison Square Garden for them.
Yeah. So I mean, it has been level Skee when you look at the goddamn score sheet. But hey, we'll watch and see.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like tonight. This game, the total was the one that's the big mover. It opened 225 and it's up as high as 232. McDermott is game time for Sacramento. For Philly, looks like there's no Embiid, Drummond, Paul George, KJ Martin, but Caleb Martin is game time decision here. Sixers had a pretty easy game yesterday, so I don't think they'll be too fatigued. When it's just Maxey out there and not a whole lot of bigs, I look at the Sixers as they want to play up tempo. They're not going to protect the rim that much. And I know that the Kings want to get up and down and score. So, Ian, I want to ask you, is this one where, I mean, has it moved too much? Is there anything we can do with an over in this game?
Well, I got it earlier, but I agree with the move fully. 100% do I agree with it. You know what? Under Doug Christie, this team is playing even faster than they did under Mike Brown, believe it or not. And they were already a up-tempo team. Their points per game have given up. Their offense has gone up. Their offensive rating has gone up. And they're scoring a lot more. Their defense has stayed the same, and in fact, maybe even gotten a little bit worse, especially the last couple of games. So with Sacramento, you're going to get a lot of points and pace. Philly, obviously, with no Joel Embiid, too. Another thing to factor in is this is going to be a feeding frenzy for the likes of Murray and Sabonis, I think, for Sacramento in this game. They should be able to do whatever they want as far as feast in the paint with points. So I actually think I lean to the Kings here a little bit. Back-to-back for Philly. They've got a rest advantage here, Sacramento won and covered as a bigger favorite last time against Brooklyn. So I think the Kings minus the points is worth what. I think it's Kings minus the points, Kings team total over, and full game over. I think some blend of those three, you're going to go 2-1 or 3-0 in this game. I like all three.
I can't talk you off any of that stuff. I want to ask Wham Bam, because yesterday that shit, I mean, we left money on the table, man. Maxey, that shit was easy. Especially when they threw Bronny out there. He said, "You got me fucked up. You put this dude on me." Maxey went crazy. But is it another Maxey day, or what you think?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Nah, watching that game, I was so annoyed though, because my boy Yabusele would have been, if Maxey wasn't cooking like that, my boy Yabusele would have had his number. But then it's like, damn, Maxey looked it so easy, and Yabusele still looked like one of the most energetic guys on there. So I could only go those two guys. I did double up with Yabusele, 20.5 points and rebounds. We left the assists out of it because I think just because Maxey had a little bit more of a game on the offensive side, I'm going to pay attention more to Yabo points there and rebounds rather than his assists. But yeah, man, shout out to Maxey. Like you said, bro, it's 30 points is where it's I think point total is right now, 29.5. 31.5 if you want to get some actual favorite number there, but I ain't mad at you going him and get 30 today. It's the Kings, bro. The Kings right now, they in the shamble. They like the beam too damn much. They smoking that pookie pipe. They listening to De'Aaron Fox, and he fucking up their whole franchise right now. He look like he's sabotaging the Kings right now. The way he got the coach fired, and now he about to dip on out of there like it ain't shit. So yeah, the Kings is all bad right now. And as far as the Knicks, as far as the Sixers, I think the Sixers probably still got another chance here to cover. Even though they don't have none of their guys here. So I would like the Sixers here and those props that we mentioned. Yabusele over 20.5 points and rebounds. And I like the 30.5, whatever you get with Maxey. I think he gets that.
I got to pass it over real quick to Dutch because I see some injury news. I'm making some bets. What you thinking about this one, Dutch?
Hit that motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this plane. Whoa, see, whoa. Yeah, man. Whoa, see, whoa. This shit nice, bro. Stephen Harrison, I see you, my dude. I see you. Going out on a limb. He said Sixers money line this motherfucker. Watch out now. We'll check back in on Wednesday because all I'm gonna do with this motherfucker is just go back with it. Just straight the fuck out back with this bitch. If you can do that while you're checking it.
My fault.
No, I was just saying, go ahead. While you're checking the numbers, hit back with it too. You know what I mean?
Is bad for your health.
There you go. Multitask.
We'll talk about it. I just bet the last game on the card, so we'll get there.
Hey,
yes, that's a little hint for y'all.
Tell me. Okay. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been waiting for. I've been just waiting on a thumb.
We got Cavs and Heat. Opened up Heat -8 is down as low as 6.5. Total went down also from 228.5 to 224.5. Injury report here. No Darius Garland, no LeVert, no Okoro, no Dean Wade. Travers also out. Merrill is game time decision for the Cavs. For the Heat, no Butler, no Richardson. Babano, Cavaliers. I mean, they did show up after losing a couple or losing a few. I forget if it was 2 or 3, and handle business in their last game. But now, missing a little bit of firepower. Do you think they can get it done on the road versus a Heat team that I feel like wants to prove they don't give a damn. They don't need Jimmy Butler. What do you think about this game?
Starting to look like without Jimmy Butler in the lineup, it's almost like they've now finally started to kind of come together and say, hey, we're going to show up. We're going to play hard. We're going to show what we can do without him. And certainly last 2 games, now the Brooklyn, win's not saying anything because they're decimated. But, you beat Orlando, and I know they almost blew it, but they did hang on for the overtime win. They were up for most of that game against the Magic. We'll see how they fare here. Cleveland got the bounce back that they needed against Detroit after losing 3 straight, but they are a little bit depleted here with Wade and Okoro and Karis LeVert, Darius Garland, all out of the lineup for them tonight. So Ty Jerome is going to play alongside Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt. I passed on this game. I'm still not quite there. Like, this is Miami going from playing Brooklyn and Orlando to Cleveland, one of the best teams in the NBA. So I'm not quite there and trusting Miami fully, but I respect the way they've played and the effort they've given these last 2 games without Butler to not bet against them either. So I laid off the game.
Fair. I got to mention this before I pass it around. My guy Prolific. So he told me maybe a month or 2 ago, he says, I don't like the show that Skee does by itself. Now he's telling me bring the show back by myself. I don't know. You can't make everybody happy, man, with what you do. I'm going around the horn. Dutch, I know you're not taking the Heat. Or maybe now, how you've been betting nowadays lately. You could be looking at the Heat at home, actually. Is it a Heat spot?
Yeah, I'm well diverse. I mean, I fuck around and give you a total on this bitch nowadays. Don't put nothing past me, all right? But I don't know, man. Is it the Heat really though? Is it the Heat? Because it's definitely not the Cavaliers for me here. I think Jimmy Butler done got these boys, got them lined up, wondering what the fuck who might go with this motherfucker because they're gonna do anything to move his ass, right? So they might have the rest of these boys lined up trying to play right, get the best of their abilities to either stay in Miami because it's a beautiful place, or maybe they want to get the fuck up out of there because they don't like the way we pass running the show. But it seems to be too many points here without Garland, without some pieces here. Miami beat them by 9 too in December. In Miami, they beat them by 9 as a 2.5 point dog. Now they're getting 7.5 without some key players. So to me, I think there's extreme value on Miami, but I haven't watched too much of this basketball team, to be quite honest with you. I've been disinterested in them, so it's hard for me to come on here and say I'm going to bet these boys, but I would definitely only look Miami.
WAM, I feel like with no Garland out there, it's somebody we have to take advantage of prop wise. Are you taking advantage of it?
Man, listen, only one time this year, Ty Jerome was able to take on the rings. And it was one game, bro. It was against the Pelicans. 23 minutes. The boy had 29 points. No assists. One assist. In the last of the game, he didn't even really care about the ball. He passed the ball at all. He just kept fucking scoring. Don't let Tyler Hero think he can get it off today. I'm going on the boy, man. Come on, Ty Jerome. As soon as the Babano said his name, I was like, oh, shit, somebody said his name. I think nobody was going to say his name today. Ty Jerome, man. That's my best bet of the day, bro.
Starting point guard, you got to mention him.
Starting point guard, he going to get 15-plus points today. He going to get you to the dub. We laddering it up, though, bro. If we get 25 points today, that's plus 550, man. We're going to go all the way up to 25 points with my boy Ty Jerome today, man. I like Ty Jerome all the way today against the Heat. Put out the Heat, Ty Jerome. Help me out, man. That's the narrative today, bro.
Hey, Miami got Cleveland got Miami on deck tomorrow, too. I might go to the window with Miami, man. They beat them 3 straight. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, next up, Bulls and Celtics. Celtics a humongous favorite, and total has gone down from 234 to 228. Who's missing? Well, we have Levine out. I guess that's a big deal why the total could drop right there for Chicago. No Torrey Craig, and you have Kobe White game time decision. For the Celtics, Horford, Tatum, and Hauser all questionable here in this one. Wham Bam. Now that's another one where it should be something to take advantage of without Zach LaVine there. I mean, Kobe White may be questionable too. Who can put in some work on the Chicago Bulls team, or what are you looking at in this game?
I'm going back to what helped us out the last game, man. With the Bulls, it's this boy Lonzo. I like this over probably the most though. So I was expecting you was gonna go to Babano first because I like the total to go over 22 and a half, 28. I'm sorry, 228. I like that over there, but Lonzo is what I did bet over 2.5 threes at plus 125. I believe I got it at. I like Lonzo today. I think Lonzo shoots all his shots from three. You're going to see him get his shots up. I think him and Derek White probably go for a 3-for-3 battle at one point in this game. It's going to be pretty good defense for those two guys, though, for sure. But I still like this over. I think there's going to be a lot of shooting for there. So the only thing I locked in, though, was Lonzo. Lonzo's been shooting all his shots from three. He's been looking like one of the better commodities on the trade market, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up being out of this Bulls team. But I do like Lonzo over 2.5 threes the most out of everything here. But I want to hear what you guys have to say before I lock in this over, though.
Well, I am going to ask Babano. How about that? We'll ask Babano. I'll read this, and you can tell me what you think about it. Prolific started the show off. Before he even got here, he says, Celtics have shown remarkable consistency in the first half performances, particularly when bouncing back from a loss this season. They hold a strong record of 10-4 ATS. He also says, in the first half against the spread, off a loss under Missoula, they're 22-12 ATS. He says they have an average margin of plus 5.6 in the first half this season. When they're coming off of a loss, he's pretty much just saying they play strong right there. And he put that, I guess he put that there for me and Dutch. But Babano, I'm asking you first, then I'll ask Dutch. What do you think about a Celtics first half?
Yeah, I would prefer that. I actually took Chicago 15. I got 15 on Chicago full game. I had to take that. I even off the loss to Houston. I'm not liking. I don't see this kind of 48-minute focus for Boston to be able to cover margins like that. You know, they're only 4-8 against the spread their last 12 games, and the Bulls have been very good as double-digit dogs. 3-1 ATS. Their last 4 is a double-digit dog, getting bigger points. I just think it's too many. Boston wins by 8, 10, hell, even 12. I don't know if they win by 15. I think that 15 I'm in with Chicago. And I lean to the over, too. I agree with Wham with that.
Shout out my guy, Nasty Nate. He was in here. He's so excited about this game. He was in here earlier saying Celtics smash. Celtics second quarter, KP over threes, Pritchard over threes, Nasty Nate going crazy. As soon as the show started, he's over here going for the Celtics game. So he loves his Celtics today. Dutchy, what you think about it? There you go, right here. Celtics by 16.
That's crazy. Shout out to Mr. Trifecta. I didn't even know the Celtics played today. I'll be real with you, man. Shout out to Cashville Recon. I see you, my man, in the building. Yeah, you can back with this motherfucker, bro.
Is bad for your health.
And shout out to Prolific. Those are some good numbers he gave us on this game.
Yeah, definitely appreciate sharing that. There was one, Sab says, isn't the Bulls offense significantly worse without LaVine? I mean, I don't have numbers to back it up, but I would assume so, yes. Next, Clippers and Spurs. And by the way, something's happening in that Miami and Cleveland game because it did just drop down to 6.5. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it did drop right now. So Clippers and Spurs opened up Clippers -3. They're a 4-point favorite. Total open 224. Looks like the consensus is 220.5 as far as injuries are concerned. PJ Tucker, we know that. Chris Dunn, Cam Christie look like they're out for the Clippers. And then Spurs, everybody pretty much available on that side. It is the Spurs' first game back from that France game. They've had a few days off, but I still kind of think, it takes some time to get back acclimated over here. So, Babano, I want to ask you, I think they might be out of sorts a little bit offensively. Also, last time these teams played, Spurs beat the shit out the Clippers. I think by 30 something or 40 something. Those are the kind of games I feel like you remember. So I think the Clippers come out, play some good defense, and I think the Spurs struggle on offense. And I think Wemby, I mean, he's a whole unit defensively by himself. I like the under. I agree with the market. What do you think, Babano?
Yeah, I could see it being a bit of a grind, for both of these teams to be able to score. Of course, Clippers off the loss against the Phoenix Suns. See if they can bounce back here. I'm actually on San Antonio here. I'm kind of throwing the Clippers out again after they let me down the other night against Phoenix. I think here at home as a slight dog, I'm interested a little bit in San Antonio. My only concern is they're coming back off the Paris France games with Indiana. That's the only thing that's why I'm keeping it a small bet, but. Yeah, I'm done trusting the Clippers as road favorites after that last game. Just didn't like what I saw. They were down. They made it interesting down the stretch, but they didn't play a very good game. They're not the kind of team I say, yeah, let's lay points with on the road. If San Antonio wasn't coming back from France, I'd like it more, but I'm still going to sprinkle a bit on the Spurs +4.
Oh, Bavano going with the Spurs at the house. Interesting. Hey, they said my boy backwood and everything. They said he got a whole pack of woods. Dutch, you pull another one out the pack for this game or what?
That's funny, bro. It's funny because I'm like, man, it's true. I only like 2 games. You know what I mean? And maybe usually I give y'all a little more game, but we got a lot of games to talk about, and they got some shit. Why do I gotta force it? You know what I mean? So yes, absolutely, back with this motherfucker.
Is bad for your health.
But I will say, Skee, y'all motherfuckers talking the clip. I said, watch out now. And Phoenix, they fucked around and lose. I'm just saying, like, I don't buy the hype with the Clippers by any means, but that don't mean they're not going to beat San Antonio, who hasn't been playing very good basketball at all.
Yeah, we'll see. Clippers are better at home. I think Lil Wham came and just whispered a winner in Wham's ear right there. Well, what do you got for us today, Wham?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. He told me don't even trust Wemby tonight because I think Zubac has been holding. Zubac got 25 points, 16 rebounds his last game against the Suns in that defeating loss there. And maybe it's a little bit of a back and forth against 2 old teammates in Chris Paul and James Harden. A little bit of rivalry here, pick and roll rivalry, I would say. So I like Zubac today. I haven't bet this yet at all, but I was thinking about fading our guy Wemby here, and I think Zubac is an extreme veteran tonight and shows up on the boy Wemby. So I was thinking about his big Zoo. I don't know, but that's probably why my boy whispered in my ear, don't take Wemby.
Hey, I like this comment. Catch you slipping. He says, Spurs coming back from France pissed off and ready to ball. Clippers will regress and get caught slipping. I just like it because the name is Catch You Slipping.
I hope so.
Good wordplay.
We'll move it down to, man, I pull one out that pack for my boy Dutch with this one. Mavs and Pelicans, ain't no fucking way.
Is bad for your health.
If there's one person who'll have a play on the game, it's gonna be Babano. So anything for Mavs and Pelicans, Babano.
Back with this motherfucker.
Is bad for your health.
That's how you know it's terrible, man.
Oh yeah.
Can't bet Dallas, can't bet New Orleans. There's nothing more to say.
You should automatically back with that shit for me and Dutch. You should already know that.
Is bad for your health.
I know you wasn't about to say you touching this game.
No, is Zion playing?
Who cares? Did it matter the other night?
No, because over 21 is good money with Zion if he plays, bro. Like he's hitting that, man. I put it on a little prop parlay. He's hit it 2 times for me, so I don't know Zion if he gonna play. Like it's gonna be higher soon enough. He got it late, and then he had 30 coming off 31. So I'll give y'all that at least.
Oh, shout out to Dutch. He didn't backwood. Hey, my fault, bro.
Gives you a prop.
Little Zion. If he gonna play, if he play, he gonna eat. If he don't play, he gonna eat. So regardless, this motherfucker eating. All right. So let's get on. Let's eat with him. While he's fucking playing a little bit. While he's on the court. You know what I mean?
I'm trying
Either
to eat
way,
you.
though, E.
Yeah, either way. So if he's actually in uniform, come on, man, and not in street clothes. Hey,
Oh
well,
my
let me sit
God.
at the table, Zion. Let me sit at the motherfucking table with you, homeboy. Because we ordering everything on that goddamn menu. You know this motherfucker's saying,
If you ever see Zion as the best bet, just know we got jokes for sure.
he said, hey, get whatever you want. You know, shit, we gonna say oh, he wasn't playing. Nah, yeah.
I like that one. That was a good one. That was a good one for sure.
Hell yeah.
All right, Phoenix and Minnesota. I'm not really a fan of either one of these teams, but it's a better game than some of these other games on the slate. Hasn't really moved. Phoenix open -1. Still see mostly -1s out there. Total right around the opener. Ryan Dunn is game time. Kevin Durant game time. For Minnesota, they're missing a couple guys actually. Nas Reed. Oh, I'm sorry. Nas Reed is game time. Dillingham is game time. No Terrence Shannon Jr. And then DiVincenzo also out for this one. So I'll go to you first, Wim. I feel like it's got to be a prop on the Phoenix side. Maybe I'm wrong, but if potentially no KD, it's got to be something to go around. What you think about this game?
Man, I really was trying to look up Bill stats. I was actually going to do this really off the fly. I'm like, man, his numbers are so damn appealing as far as what they're offering you right now. But I mean, he ain't been doing shit, bro. 33 minutes last game, 9 points, 3 for 8 from the field. I mean, he hasn't had a double-digit field goal game since the Hawks, and that was January 9th, where he had 25 points. That's kind of where I'm hoping that he gets today. Something in the double-digit field goal range as far as, like, field goal makes here. So I would think Bill, bro. I would think Bill. I mean, even if you are, you could write your own ship here with this team, basically. You know what I mean? And the fact that they can't really trade him without his permission, hopefully you ball out right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Bill, but I didn't have anything actually concrete here. I was going to do some more like looking into this game here, but I think Bill is the guy I will go. Obviously, 20 plus points. You just need 20 plus points with that boy. You're going to make plus 320 there. It got to be, bro. But this is a tough team to try to bet any overs with, of course. They playing the most defense out there out of anybody. This total is low for a reason. But like you said, the ball got to go around to somebody, and I don't think that they're defensively incapable of isolating Booker. So somebody else on the other side has to go off. We know Booker will get 30. You know what I'm saying? Like our guy Snowman said, we know Booker going to try to get for 30 today. It's just about, can somebody else get 20, 15, that range there. So it got to be Bill for me. That'll be the way I'll be going because his numbers looking pretty favorable right now.
Dutchy, you mentioned it. You liked them in that last game versus the Clippers. Will that sunrise versus the Timberwolves tonight?
I believe so. Yeah, I do believe so. I like the Suns here. I just think, man, this game is like, it's about more. It's like respect, bro. I need KD out there. I believe he will be. But even if KD don't, I have a lot to say because I will get a better number if KD don't play. Obviously, we know Bradley Beal's capable, Grayson Allen, but I would expect Beal to have a big game. And obviously, Book, he's going to be a bucket. But the Richard, the trade, he's been helping him down low, able to bring Plumlee off the bench. I like what I've been seeing a little bit out of this Phoenix team. Obviously, you can't trust them too much from what we've come accustomed to. But this is personal, bro. Okay, this is fucking personal, man. Four a sweep. You sweep KD, these boys in the playoffs, and then you think, okay, this has got to be the time you get them right here to start the season, and they lose a 120-117 basketball game. So you lost 5 straight, and and it's going to let you know about that shit, right? So I think Phoenix rallies the boys up tonight. I think they do what they did against the Clippers and really knock down them perimeter shots. It's contagious to bench players play better at home. And I think Phoenix wins this basketball game. I'll tweet out the play, a little later when I see exactly what's going on with KD. But either KD or not, I'll be on Phoenix. I like this spot here. Minnesota travels to Utah tomorrow. They probably handle business tomorrow night and feel good. But tonight, it's a big game for Phoenix and their fans.
Babano, any feeling on this one?
I feel it's Phoenix is due to beat them. I just can't get there. It's Minnesota's just owned them, and it's constant. It's been just, and it seems like there's been good situations for Phoenix in the past to win, and they haven't been able to step up and beat this team. And Minnesota is, rattled off a few wins, playing a little bit better lately. So I was initially looking at Phoenix, but I took myself off it. Pass for me.
Fair. We'll move over to the last game on the slate. Thunder and Warriors. This one opened up Thunder minus 10.5. Looks like 9.5 now. Total open 228.5. And it says low as 223.5 currently. Injury report should hit refresh here. Pretty sure Steph just got upgraded to probable. And he did miss yesterday. So, he doesn't play back-to-backs. We're expecting him to be out there tonight. No Draymond. No Kuminga for the Warriors, no Chet for OKC, and then no AJ Mitchell as well. I want to double back to Babano here, and it is a spot. I mean, Warriors did play last night. OKC off a couple of days rest. Should favor OKC here. Also, I feel like OKC, like this total might be a little bit low. Like, yes, they're good defensively, but they like to run, and they can score with the best. I think over is the play here. How you feeling about this game, Babano?
Oklahoma City's been an over machine, 8-1-1 last 10 games to the over. So speaks right with what you're saying. And I don't know if their defense has been quite as sharp. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA when they're locked in, but they have certainly been a little bit more of an over team of late, and the defense hasn't been nearly as good. Meanwhile, SGA is popping, it seems, every night. He's been absolutely spectacular during this run. Even the scrappy Blazers, 35. He's scoring 35. He had that 50-point game, obviously, just recently as well for this Thunder team, 54 against Utah. So, he's been a scoring machine, and I think he's been more offensively. Not that he ever isn't, but it feels like, hey, I'm going to look to shoot more, because he's always someone that's more than willing to, deviate and just say, go for it, Jalen Williams or Lou Dort or whoever else is on the floor. But he's been more aggressive with his shot lately. I'm with you, Skee, on this total. I think the over is probably the way to go. I'm not going against the Thunder, but it is a lot of points, and it looks like Steph Curry's in. So that's going to keep me off OKC. I think over is the way to go.
I like it. Dutch, I got to ask you next. Last time these teams played, OKC got the W. And then SGA, he started going and posting all kind of Steph pictures of him scoring on Steph on Instagram. And, I don't know. He was really feeling that W quite a bit. And I just remember, Steph taking a little note of it. I think Steph, that's why he sat out the front of the back-to-back. I think he's ready for this game tonight. Do you think Golden State can hang in this one?
Well, to kind of comment off of your first, Shea could do whatever the fuck you want to Steph. Steph, get the fuck out the way, bro. Shea's on another level. There's levels to this shit, God damn it. Come on, man. Shea on another level than Steph Curry, bro. It ain't your kitchen. You ain't the chef for this motherfucker around. Hey, put your ass, sit the fuck down. Get the fuck out of here. But they have been playing. They have been playing pretty close basketball games when they do play. OKC's won 3 out of the last 4. None of them have been more than by 7, right?
Yeah.
You got some injuries, obviously, by the Warriors.
Yeah.
So, and the Warriors did get one, beat them by 11 earlier this season, So, I lean to 10 points, but, we don't got to bet this basketball game. I gave you 2 really good bets, and that's what I got, So, let's get to this best bet shit, man.
Hey, he said, hit that one, Wham. You know what he said. We gave you.
We're trying to have a good time.
No, not that one. Not that one. We gave you way more than you need. That's what he said.
Way more than you need.
There you go.
How you feeling about this one, Wham, man?
Hey, dog, I love everything you're saying, bro. I'm putting in what you're putting down, whatever the phrase is.
I would ladder Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, honestly. 35, 40 points. Take a shot with some ladder point props for him tonight. He's going to want to show out with Steph on the other side.
How it go, Will? How it go, Will?
Put down and put it. I forgot. Yeah. Come on, bro. Hold it down.
Call you out, bro.
I'll try. All right, so I like what you said about Steph. Though. I like that narrative though, bro. Because again, he petty like that, bro. He petty. This is where he get his get back. And he got guys like Dutch saying it is levels to this shit. Like, bro, y'all forgot what we did in the Olympics and shit. Come on, man. Y'all better tune into that Netflix documentary that's about to drop. I think that Steph goes crazy today. And Lou Dort being all the way questionable. We seen him when we was at the game. Lou Dort's really been locking shit down. That's been a lot of their defense there, especially without Shet out there. He's been really leading the defensive front. If he's questionable here, that's only allowing another guy to get points there. So I like Steph today, man. I think Steph is petty enough. And if Steph goes up, I think it helps out guys like Buddy Hield, who's been having issues as of late. Over 10.5 for Buddy Hield sounds like a good play too. So I like those two guys.
Steph better not hope that Lou Dort ain't running his ass around. He ain't getting shit. And they got Caruso. Caruso back yet? Because goddamn, Steph man.
Got Caruso.
You might not be able to fucking get
Caruso already didn't got Caruso cooked Steph a couple times. He get the best of Steph for sure sometimes, but it's still Steph, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real.
And wait till Chet comes back. Like I'm telling you, wait till Chet Holmgren comes back too, and look out for them at that moment.
Steph been great.
I forgot. We got to get out of here, right? But Bano Chillis reminded me, says if you're looking for college hoops,
it's coming up. Don't worry, we're not starting without me. It's all good. We still got a couple minutes. Yeah, we don't start till 5:15, 2:15 anyway. Yeah.
Stacks in there giving us the 5 minute too.
But we do have to hustle. Yeah.
Shout out to let's get to the best.
I didn't say to get the best 5 minutes ago. Goddamn it.
Well, if y'all want to hear some college basketball, get on over and check out Babano and C-Mac. They'll help y'all get paid right after this show. Best bets. Wham Bam, you first batter up. Let the people know what's the best way to get paid.
We're going to go to the national game, the ESPN game. We're going to fuck with Big Purr. Over 12.5 rebounds. Get paid tonight with the Big Purr. Cat. Over 12.5 rebounds.
Babano, how we get into the window?
Lots of good choices tonight on the card. Lots to choose from. But I'm going to, I think, rock with the Sacramento-Philadelphia over 231.5. I actually don't think it's gone up enough. There's still value. Kings Sixers over 231.5. Best bet.
And they're asking, what's the channel? You over at Pub?
That's the Hitting the Books YouTube channel. It's our own YouTube channel. Both
Okay.
Me and C-Mac have it for college football, college basketball. Hitting the Books. Just search Hitting the Books on YouTube. You'll find it.
All right. Good stuff there. Check them out. For myself, I'll go to the last game we just talked about. I'll go up and over. I took 223.5. There's still a couple of those hanging around. But I think, like I said, Steph is going to come to play after, that last game. Golden State, they've cleared this number 3 of their last 4 games. OKC has cleared it in 4 straight. What did Babano say? They're 8-1-1 to the over. I just think this number is a little bit too low. For the up-tempo game, I think we'll see tonight. So over 223.5.
I'm picking up what you're putting down right there.
There you go, Web Bam. All right, last but not least, my guy Dutchy. Let the people know what the freshest look of the day is and take us home.
Yeah, man. The freshest look of the day. We're going to motherfucking New York, man. We're going right back to the motherfucking city. Knicks minus 3.5. Wham Bam, homie. It's not the Big Purr. It's the big motherfucking bodega. It's Jalen Bucket Brunson. It's the Knicks, man. Minus 3.5. It's good money. Believe it. Big shout out to the chat. Y'all be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.
Got ready? It's the plan, Bobby. We're winging it, Jerry. We always wing it. We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy? You ready?